One thing before we get started, if I give you some information, at least know the fucking rules before you put it in the press. Red and yellow bands. They don't have to wear them at practice. That's for indoors. I got to read shit we should be fined for red and yellow bands because they ain't got them on their practice. That's bullshit. If you're going to report shit, make sure it's fucking right. I thought it was really a good practice. A couple of young guys at the end, learning those situations. That's why we put them in those. And overall, defense won some, offense won some. It was really, really good practice.
Bruce, at the end, you kept kind of giving them the rest, the cool-down period for that last bit. Were you pleased by what you saw from that kind of scrimmage live situation?
I was not pleased that the defense gave up that fourth down in that 2-minute drill. I was obviously happy the offense got it, but defensively came back and won the next one. Actually won the next two. So I'm going to be pissed if one side wins all day. It's never good. So that's why I thought it was a real good practice. But no, we went inside, simulated halftime. When this thing gets this hot, cool them down. And we talked a lot about the second half of practice. Let's give them what looks like a halftime. And take 7 minutes and get ready.
How did you feel they responded in the second half of practice today? I know that's something.
Much better, much better. I thought that break worked. Again, we got to judge the tape, so.
Who has really stood out to you on defense?
Well, it's more like who hasn't. You know, everybody in the starting group looks more than ready to play. That second field has been executing better than the first field. So we should be building depth, getting all those reps. This would be the last day. We'll do 2 fields. So they got a ton of reps and got some exposure. And I was really pleased with where they were.
Bruce, you have to be pleased with Mike Evans. He's catching everything inside. He just seems to be a step ahead of everyone else. Does it seem that way to you too?
That's Mike. I mean, he should be. He's all pro. And if he wasn't, I'd be really concerned, you know. But, again, some of these guys didn't train in this humidity. And Mike's one of those guys that he gets there. And I'm actually really pleased where he's at.
You had mentioned this when you first came out about the rules and things like that. I can imagine it's really challenging as a coach because it seems like the goalpost is kind of always moving, right? With COVID and the fact that we're in the pandemic, but you know we're not quite as deep into it as we were last time. How challenging is that for you guys as an organization?
Not at all. We've known these rules for a while. And our guys are doing everything they're supposed to be doing. I just get pissed when somebody reports that we're not.
We've seen Darden, his speed shows up, got the ball a bit better every day. It seems like
Yeah, he's going to keep flashing, and it's just let him grow. That's why he's out there with Tom and those guys, and you know he's learning. You don't just run, you know. You get the head around because that ball's already in the air, and so yeah, he knows how to get open, and let's just let him finish now.
Coach, 3 days into it, what have you seen from Tress?
He's done a real good job on the other field. You know, he's still learning when it's this fast. He's not used to seeing it this fast, especially in that 2-minute drill or that last period. But he's growing. He's in no hurry.
Bruce, on D-line, obviously you kind of rest and older guys a little bit. We've seen Khalil Davis out there quite a bit. What does he have to show you to make this team?
When we put the pads on, get to the quarterback, stop the run. You know, he did a pretty good job last year. So that's some hellacious competition going on in that 4, 5, 6, 7 roles.
What about with Darius Hamilton? What have you seen from him?
Strong, active, good at the point. You know, working on his pass rush moves, but he's got some stuff.
Coach, only the third day, but I mean, you know, and I know you wanted guys to come in understanding it's Florida Heat, but I mean, as you go through with the veterans, everyone kind of knows the system, but how do you kind of manage guys, the workload and everything as we move through this?
Yeah, we judge it with all the barometers and everything we have before we get started with sports science. And, you know, today was already geared up to be half a practice on 2 fields, go inside, come out in 1 field. Tomorrow will be 1 field from here on out.
there was one period where you had a couple offsides, and you don't want those. Obviously, Tommy's down on pretty good. And Brady, all your players hold a pretty high standard when it comes to that, right?
Yeah, we cannot have pre-snap penalties. I mean, since Chicago, you know, we kind of put that to bed, and it cannot raise its head again. And some of the young guys, I see it, that's okay, but when I see Tristan do it, he's getting his ass chewed out.
Anything else?
That good? Thanks, guys.
Mike Edwards will be next.
We promise not to encroach on the visual. It's me and Joey. Everybody else tries to dive through there, Joey's got it. You got that gap?
Joe's on the line, baby.
Right off this gap, you see that gap.
So we got Mike Edwards on his way in. Mike Edwards. Royalties. So even though he later fired unceremoniously. Yeah, exactly. He's their greatest hit was. He's not the decision. Yep. Already. Yeah, like yeah.
Hey, Mike, I know you guys are a little thin at safety. How much do you think the position has stepped up just to handle things while some guys are out these first couple days?
Yeah, we stepped up really big. Like you said, we was limited safeties. Jordan Whitehead, he been out, so he's one of our starters, one of our key pieces. And then Winfield went out obviously yesterday, but we got depth in that position. We got great guys that listen and execute out there. So next man up at that point.
Your depth is so
It was just to have somebody like Ross stepping in, kind of cross training. How much does that help with versatility among the backups?
Yeah, it helps a lot. I mean, for you to play different positions like Ross, a lot of guys can play different positions. It's big for us and big for them. Take a mental asset on them to be able to learn, nickel, corner, safety, things like that. So it's a big key part.
Your depth was tested in the postseason too, with injuries to both your starting guys. What did that do for you from a confidence standpoint? For your group from a confidence standpoint, that you're not just your starters, you've got a group of guys that can step in if needed.
Right. Definitely builds our confidence to know that if one man goes down, next man up, and don't lose a step. So like Green Bay game, Antoine didn't play, so I filled in, and then Jay White went out, and Double A came in, and held his, did his thing. So it's always next man up mentality. We never try to lose a step, no matter who goes down or who's playing in there. So just do our part.
Mike, what does the term grave diggers mean to you, and which of you guys came up with that?
I think it was CD that came up with it, actually. I don't know how he came up with it, but he came up with it. And first it was just the DBs, but then, D. White, how D. White is. He started getting into it. He tried to get the linebackers in there, try to get the whole defense in there. So I guess everybody's just grave diggers, but it was a big thing. We stick with that motto, grave diggers, digging people's graves in. So live that motto.
Hey, Mike, I noticed you're wearing the mask, got the wristband. Is there a chance you will, what's your vaccination situation? Is there a chance you will get vaccinated, and what have these first few days been like in terms of what the restrictions are and not?
I mean, I don't really want to talk about the vaccination really, but you know, it is what it is. I don't really want to get into that.
No chance you'll change your mind?
I don't know. We'll see.
Mike, we asked Bruce yesterday how this secondary can be better this year. He said it starts with consistency. How do you guys get there?
Just keep working, keep building each other up. You know, keep going each day by day. Not look forward to the next day, just taking one day at a time, and you know, just keeping each other humble and keep working. I mean, we come out here working, like I said, limited guys, and we still putting in work, and you know, building the playbook, getting the playbook, get our mental right. So I feel like we're doing a very good job in our secondary.
Do you feel you've had more of a leadership role in the safety room since so many safeties have been out right now?
Yeah, they expect that from me. You know, been here for going on 3 years, so they expect me to come in and lead, have a good leadership role, especially when guys go out and I got to step in and be, you know, be one of the leaders and be more vocal, things like that. So yeah, I take part in that.
Regardless of vaccination status, for you, do you feel like the protocols last year, I know you guys got really lucky and you did your part too, but do you feel like they worked? Do you feel like you guys are in a good, safe place, or even if you don't want to get the vaccine this year, that you guys, you know, will still be in a safe place to be able to pull off the season successfully?
Yeah, I feel like we're in a good place. I mean, we did it last year, we do it this year, why not? So, I mean, like you said, it was probably worse last year, and this year, you know, we did a big part in, you know, keep each other healthy and doing our, you know, being smart. So we can do it this year also.
Mike Todd Bowles is always right in the lab trying to find new ways. Now that you guys have so much communication, been together for a while, do you see him taking this defense even further schematically, doing different things?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, going on his third year being here, you know, the volume is going to be even more high because, you know, we pretty well knowing knowledge of the defense. So definitely going to bring the level up high, bring the volume up even more. So we'll be ready for it. And I feel like it was a good, you know, good simulation of what we actually have in game week. So it was pretty good for us.
Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Hey guys, as we get our first bit of grayish clouds rolling up on us in one of these sessions, I just wanted to make sure that obviously we kind of just talk about this, prepare you. Obviously, if we run into a lightning situation at some point on one of these, we will have to shift to likely a Zoom, depending on how long and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, they were going to get to it, but just making sure everyone thinks about the fact that we may have those situations pop up.
That's it for me.
But Joey's, yeah, but he goes to John Walker's house. They get funny, it's like,
Hey guys, how's the audio here on this? If we have the fan on, I'm just trying to get a little bit of air circulation for the speakers. No, no issues. You can get your camera angle over here. You'll be good. All right, so we'll probably end up using that.
doing? It's been a while. I know. It's good to be back.
Good to see you made it back safely from the White House. Didn't
Yep.
get in too much trouble for hanging out on balconies?
Not too much. So made it back in one piece. So that's good. Sorry about that. I'll pick it up after.
We're on to 2021, but I was seeing coaching, how many defensive backs have had 3 interceptions in 4 playoff games in this league? So, I know they all came at big times, big moments. What's that done for you in particular as you start this year, knowing what you accomplished in those moments?
I mean, like you said, just it's not often that people do that, and obviously, I credit a lot to that, to my upfront guys getting to the quarterback and making it a lot easier for us back in the back end, and as well as the scheme that we play and allowing us to do what we're best at. But it's just a confidence thing. Just I know what I'm capable of. Everybody knows what I'm capable of, and it was just time to really show that and kind of put that on display. And moving forward, it's the same thing every day. I come to practice every day ready to work, ready to compete, and ready to do what I'm capable of doing. So.
You arrived at training camp with a T-shirt, and it wasn't a picture of your Super Bowl ring. It was a picture of the Super Bowl ring from yesteryear. Can you just talk about the impact that defense had? Obviously, you guys played different defense, but just the impact of that group and kind of the standard they set for you guys.
Yeah, like you said, it was a standard. They set that foundation of how aggressive defenses play, especially being a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. And so they set that foundation that guys behind them had to follow, and we get to that same level, that same spotlight, and we put on in front of millions of people that same type of defense that everybody knew we could do and we were capable of. It just says a lot, and so I think that it flows throughout our entire team. Just that Tampa Bay tradition, seeing how happy the city was, how excited everybody was, just getting that championship back and bringing it home, and so. I know each and every one of us guys want to continue to do that each and every year and just, provide for the city and provide for everyone else.
They're as good as you guys were at the end of last season. You guys want to be better, and obviously that starts with consistency. How can you guys be a better unit this upcoming season?
Just starting off fast, not buying into the hype of what everything is, forgetting everything that happened last year and the year previous because it's an entire new season. And going in, that's how our mindset is. All of us are still unknown guys trying to make a name for ourselves. All of us are trying to get to that second contract, that big payday, and so, it starts on the practice field. It starts when you come in and prepare each and every day, whether it's the film, whether it's the preparation, whether it's taking care of your body, just knowing how to be a pro. And I say that every single year, just learning how to be a vet and learning how to be a pro. It goes a long way.
Do you think you guys are still kind of unknown to a degree?
Yeah, that's the mindset that I have. That's the mindset that all of us have. That's the mindset that you should have. Just going in, we got big name guys in our team. No need to add into that mix. Just establish who we want to establish as ourselves and continue to grow in that aspect. I don't look at myself as being the guy that caught 3 interceptions in the playoffs. I look at myself as a guy that, just ready to work every day. I'm an underdog. I've been an underdog my whole life. I've been overlooked my entire life, and I'm not gonna act like I'm a champion in the aspect of that. But the work ethic and everything will still stay high and will still stay great. So.
What's it like playing for a guy like Todd Bowles that is going to challenge you? How much more will he challenge your young group now that this is your 3rd year in the system?
Yeah, he holds us all to a higher standard. Being in the system for 3 years now, like I was telling him earlier, I've never really played for a specific coach for more than 2 seasons. So I just know that for me, it's a big game changer being able to come into camp already knowing the entire defense and just adding more pieces to that. And for Coach Bowles being a DB, he was a DB growing up, so he has a higher expectation for the guys that are in the back end because he's actually done that. And so just having that mindset, having that mentality to always go get it and to just key in on everything and be that secondary that we don't want to get scored on. We don't want you to catch balls. We don't want you to do anything. And we want to hold our defense to that highest standard possible.
Obviously, the top 3 corners are all back. Ross is back. Who has shown you something already of the guys beyond the top 4 corners?
I think that each and every one of them come in and bring a different aspect to the game. I like Nate Brooks comes in and he's in the nickel and he's been making plays on the ball consistently day after day. Herb Miller's a guy that was here last year that still comes and makes plays on the ball. So I think that, you know, each and every one of the guys that comes in, they're ready to learn, they're ready to win, they're focused, and you can tell that they're getting better each and every day.
Sean, Bruce mentioned about taking the break, coming out, really emphasizing the second half, simulating. Just how important is it to really kind of train yourself now for what's going to be later?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. You guys seen it, you know, the first half of the season we were 7-5, and you know, coming into that second half, like Tom said, we were 8-0, and we didn't look back. And so I think that it all starts at the beginning, but obviously that second half, that second, third, fourth quarters where you really need to execute, where you really need to finish. So that second half is a big emphasis, like he said, just going in there, getting that break, kind of refocusing, getting ourselves back under, and getting ready to compete again. So that's a big emphasis this year.
Last year you played with a lot of different things, right? Everybody gets hurt at some point.
Yes, sir.
You had to battle through that. How much last year did you learn about yourself and just have to keep your same standard no matter what you went out there?
Yeah, it's all adversity. You know, everybody fights through something each and every day, whether it's, you know, at football, whether it's at work, at a different job, anything. So just knowing that nothing's going to be easy, nothing's going to be handed to you, and you can always fight through anything. You fight through injuries, you fight through all that stuff. Everything else is easy. And so just coming in, showing up every day, getting my treatment when necessary, getting the film work still in, and going to practice every day and playing in every game was the goal of mine. I didn't want to sit out. I was hurt, obviously, it showed, but, you know, you got to fight through stuff like that. You know, never been a guy that sits out of games for injuries, whether it's an ankle, a finger, or anything like that. I'm a competitor, and so that's the mindset that I've always had my whole life.
What exactly did you deal with last year? I don't know if you're comfortable sharing that, but we never really, I mean,
Yeah.
I knew it was aches and pains and stuff, Coach Bowles mentioned it. I mean, what all did you deal with physically?
Yeah, I pulled my groin the second game of the season. So when I pulled that, I was battling through that. So when my groin went, I started having ankle problems on my left ankle, strained my left ankle, and then I ended up dislocating both my thumbs again. So I ended up taping. I wouldn't even. It might have been in practice. So I ended up dislocating. I have real bad thumbs. I've been working on them off season, so they should be back. They're good. But yeah, I ended up dislocating both my thumbs, and then going into playoffs, I kind of started feeling a little healthy, and then I ended up rolling my ankle, my right ankle, in practice. So I was fighting through that. But like I said, it's all adversity. You know, it's all things that the training staff did a really good job of maintaining and controlling. Coaching staff did a really good job of making sure that I was preventive throughout the week, so that I can go in the game. And when I got to the game, you know, it's all focus, all mental toughness, and after that, that's when you deal with it. And I got to deal with all my injuries in off season, so got them taken care of, and now I'm back, feeling 100%. So.
Sean, you guys had 15 interceptions as a group last year. Have you made any statistical goals for yourself or for the defense this year?
I don't think that we've really gotten to the statistic goals this year. Obviously, we want to be the team that creates the most turnovers. Usually, you know, guys that have the most turnovers end up in those big games, in those championship games, in those playoffs. So the goal of ours is just being the number one defense, whether that's in rushing, passing, every category that we can possibly do. And I know that's going to win us games, and that's all we want to do is win and get back to where we were last year.
Sean, you talked about adversity. You guys can get injured and stuff. But one of your teammates, Lamonte, his offseason was filled with some ups and downs. Just kind of, I know the type of leadership he has, but for him to kind of have to be back here talking about that fact.
Yeah, Vontae doesn't really, you know, he's a guy that he doesn't bring anything off the field he's dealing with on the field. And so you get everything you get out of Vontae each and every day. He doesn't show when he's down. He's always in that right mindset, ready to perform and ready to work. And so I seen him post it on Instagram, and I reached out to him just letting him know that I was here for him, obviously, and he knew that. But just being the leader he was going to come in here ready to work still and ready to have guys follow. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Got you.
had a lot of time now to kind of get reps and practice and train at center. How is that going?
Oh, that's awesome. I really enjoy it. It's definitely new for me. I mean, it was new, but over a couple months of, like you said, a lot of reps, I'm enjoying it. With all the older guys here now, I get to learn a lot from all those guys. So I'm having a great time.
Where all of you trained these first 3 days? Have you been exclusively center? Or?
Just about all center. I think I had a few at guard.
Your ability to get out of the perimeter, you moved exceptionally well for a guy your size. Talk about how did you develop that? Where did that come from?
I'd say it's always kind of been something I've been better at. I've obviously not been huge as a weight guy, and so it's something I always knew I had to excel at. When my numbers called, I got to get out there. So I'm definitely working on getting out of my stance, especially at center. It's a little bit different. You know, my feet are parallel, so having to do those things is something I'm working on, especially when I have to pull for the perimeter.
What is the hardest transition, the hardest thing about that transition from being the guy that's touching the ball first?
Right now, it's staying dry for the quarterbacks, but I'd say for me, it's the biggest difference is like moving in and out of my stance and having a parallel stance, especially coming from tackle. You know, you're used to like a pretty large stagger whichever way you need to go. So that's the biggest thing for me.
What do you think? Because I know that you're studying center right now, but the expectation is that you can play any number of positions along this offensive line. What is it about your game that allows you to have that type of flexibility that very few have been able to have?
I think one thing is like, I mean, I'm a pretty good size for all three. You know, I can kick out the tackle. I know I can play tackle if I need to. Moving inside is obviously something I've done just starting this past year, and I'm enjoying that. So, like, just physically, I know I can do all three, but, you know, especially playing center, I'm learning all the positions. I have to know everyone's job. So that's been something I've been trying to learn a lot and focus on a lot. So now if I do have to play any guard or tackle, then I know exactly what I need to do.
And I don't know if you have sought the assistance of Arians, because I know he had to deal with the whole staying dry thing, and he had to do the towels and the baby powder. What kind of advice does he give you?
Yeah, same thing he does. He just tells me what he does. Him, Blaine, Tom, all those guys, Griff, they just make sure I stay dry.
They got a big guy on the other side of the ball. He's 50. Tell us a little bit about it.
You know, I mean, I haven't had a whole lot of experience against him yet, but I think, you know, he gets a bull rush on me. He's probably got 60 or 70 pounds of me. I'm just hang on, hope for the best. Thanks.
Anything else, guys?
Rob, you've been working a lot with Iku Shimley, who obviously retired this last offseason at that center position. How much has he helped kind of bring you along? It kind of seems your personal coach out there.
Yeah, AQ's awesome. You know, another Western PA guy. Love that. So he's been extremely helpful and a great resource as far as learning the offense, learning techniques, doing things new. Like a lot of the things were my first time when we started working together. So being able to learn from a guy who played for 12 years for some really good coaches and in the exact same offense for like almost the whole time. I mean, it's awesome to have a guy like that. And then now to have Trey this camp, you know, played for BA and Goody and Pittsburgh. So that's another cool connection to have.
What is it like for you in rookie walking onto a Super Bowl winning team? They've kind of set that standard already. What is it like for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to know what they did last year, to know how to talk to the guys about after the ring ceremony, after going to the White House, and them just talk about it and how excited they get, and it just makes me want to be able to have the chance to go do it. And I know everyone on this team feels the same way. I'm fortunate to come from a winning program at Notre Dame. I was able to win a lot of games in my 4 years, and it's something I obviously want to continue with this team and just do everything I can to do my job and help the team.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Robert. We're going to wrap up with Vita.
Now, is he going to stick around to interview you? No?
No. He's gone. The alligator's right there.
You had a play today when you chased down Rojo from behind, I think. And how do you decide how fast to go in these early thirties where it's not necessarily full go all the time?
Say it again.
How do you decide when to ramp it up like that?
It depends on the play. That play, I was right there to make the play, so I had to, chase him down just to show him that, I could make that tackle.
It was more for to show myself that I still had it. I was just conditioning myself, see if I could still run down the field and make a tackle.
I know it took a Herculean effort for you to get from the injury that you suffered in season back in time for the postseason. It was a difference maker. How are you feeling right now, health-wise?
I'm feeling good. Feeling really ready to go. It's been hot out here the past couple of days, but other than that, it's been really good. Really fun to be back out here with the team after being gone for so long, and especially after the season we had last year. It just feels good to be back with everybody and continue working.
You can't control injuries, right? It's part of the game, but how interested are you to see what you can do now? It was now a 17-game season with this group of guys out there.
It's actually really exciting because we brought the whole group back. Not only the defense, but we brought our whole D line back, and we've all been together since my rookie year. So there's obviously been a lot of growth in our group, and it's just excited to see how much more we can do together after being together for so long. Because especially being in the NFL, it's not fortunate to be with the same group of guys, for multiple years. So we're just fortunate to have that and have the same group and, keep our same chemistry strong. We got a good group in the D-line room, and it's just it'll be exciting to see what we all could do this upcoming season, especially with the 17 games coming up.
Some of these guys, like Sue, I mean, he was a free agent. He had an opportunity if he wanted to go somewhere else. It sounds like that most of the players, Andre, all those guys, they want to be together again. Like you guys really enjoy each other, enjoy winning with each other as much as anything.
Yeah, I think when we ended our last game last year in the Super Bowl, I think that was I think we got a glimpse of how good we could be, and I think it's just a challenge for us to see how well we could do as a unit, as a defense, and it's not going to be the same as last year. Obviously, we got to start over, but it's exciting to see where we can take it.
You got another UW guy on this roster, Jim Tryon. What have you seen out of him in these first few days of camp?
He's been really explosive out there, really athletic. He's just showing everybody what he can do out there, and I think he's learning a lot from the two guys in front of him, Shaq and JBP. So I think just being behind them and learning from them, it'll really benefit him in the long run. But he's been doing really good in the past couple of days, and I just see him getting better.
What could he bring to this defense? Again, I know he's got two guys in front of him, but we also know Todd Bowles likes to mix it up and find ways to get guys involved, even if they're not starters. So what do you think maybe he could bring this defense in this pass rush?
Shoot, don't get me started with Bowles. Bowles probably got plan for him already, but he can bring a lot to the table. He can get after the quarterback. He stopped the run. Basically, what the two guys can already do in front of him, and I think his knowledge of the game is not quite as not there, like how Shaq and JPP is. But I think after a couple games, and especially after 1 year with them, and especially after being with Larry Foote, their coach, and under Todd Bowles, that he'll be really good after the season.
Speaking of Bowles, you mentioned it. What does it mean to have him back for another year? Because he's a guy that his name is thrown around quite a bit for head coaching searches.
Shoot, I love Bowles. I love having Bowles here. It means a lot for him to come back and to be here with him, be under him. He's a great guy, great coach. Obviously, you see how well we do under him. A lot of our success is through him. We get all the limelight, but he's really the man behind. He's the man with the plan behind the scenes, just making it all work. He sees everybody. He knows all of our talents, so he just makes us work well together and puts plays together for us.
Yeah, even though you guys were in Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and did all that on defense, you still feel like we have one football, right? Is your defense still a little bit underrated, under the radar in terms of how great you guys could be?
I I think a lot of guys on our defense should have been, noticed a little bit more. Our linebacker group and a couple guys on our D line and outside linebackers, they could have got noticed a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. We're here to win games, and then all the accolades that come with it, that's just a plus. We're here to win.
How much secondary the Gray Diggers complimented you guys up front benefited you all?
I think we both complement each other. Our success goes off of them. If they're covering, then obviously we can get the sacks. And if we're rushing the passer, obviously they can get a pick or PBUs. And we just, we work hand in hand with each other. So we just work with each other.
What are your expectations for yourself this season?
Expectations is stay healthy and, go out there and produce and just help my team out.
Donnie told us that he wore his Super Bowl rings at brunch. Carlton said he wore his for about 12 hours and took it off to take a shower. What about you? Where is your Super Bowl ring right now? Did you wear it anywhere fun and exciting? Or where do you plan to keep it?
My Super Bowl ring is in the safe right now. It's hidden. I did the same thing. I wore it for a while and then took it off and put it away. Just didn't want to lose it or get it stolen or damage it, so just put it away and bring it out every now and then. But yep.
Is the Gray Diggers thing, is that just the secondary, or is the whole defense jumping on that?
I'm not sure. I think it's the whole defense. Yep. Here's that going.